Welcome to Painters Guild. I'm Will Friedle. Thank you for joining us yet again on this journey and trying to make me suck just a little bit less at painting miniatures. So here's a question for you. You got a game tonight, you just got a mini this morning. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna throw the unpainted mini up there? Nah, no. We're gonna speed paint. Yes, speed painting. I promise you when you watch what happens next, it's gonna make you wanna talk really fast for the entire episode. No, it won't, I promise, I'll slow it down. But speed painting, a real thing, and it's all about getting your mini done quickly, but still well. So we're gonna need a really good teacher to tell us how to do this. So of course we asked Jordan Nichols. Come on in, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
Will, absolutely,
Have
pleasure
a
to be
seat.
here.
So speed painting.
Yeah.
Fast but well.
Yeah, bang for your buck. As good as you can get in as quick amount of time.
And now you've actually won awards for this.
At small regional board gaming and tabletop conventions, yeah.
But hey, that's still, you're still winning awards for it.
Mostly a fun thing for painters to do, cross brushes and throw down and have some fun.
Well, that's really cool though. So how did this start? Did you start by finding minis but only having 20 minutes?
No, it's really just teaching myself, and started with orcs. Got to paint a ton of orcs and just coming up with a process to do it quickly, and then just coming up with
because there's never one orc.
Tips and tricks. No,
it's always an orc army that's coming after you. Exactly, right. It's a whole tribe, so you got to somehow paint everybody.
So it's just something I fell into, and I realized that if I pushed myself crazy hard, I could get something done in an insane amount of time.
Okay, so, and you're gonna try possibly to teach me a little bit of how to do that.
I think I have a perfect technique that's gonna give the biggest impact for someone else to learn.
Okay.
To get stuff done quick and look really good. And as a base to build on later,
Okay.
This can be a technique to get you that first, 60%, and then you can layer on other techniques that other people have taught to take it and make it even, more amazing.
Oh, so what is that technique called?
I call it a one-step wash.
And that's you. You created this. You think?
Someone might be doing something similar, but I got a magic ingredient that I am not sure anybody else uses.
Well, you know what we're gonna do? You brought some samples here, so why don't we, since we're talking about the one-step wash, why don't we jump right to an example of what that is? That's this guy right here, right?
One of my recent projects is Seven Sins, The Others, by Cool Mini or Not. I love the whole gothic horror, post-apocalyptic, demon invasion
Of course.
thing. And so I had, I got it all, and I got, 7 Sins factions and all these little, minion monsters to do. And so this is a great example. It was the blue here.
Okay.
How long do you think that would take you to paint that blue?
Oh, to paint the entire thing blue would be at both episodes, so
and
several hours.
Make it look shaded and
nice.
nice.
Oh, yeah, to make it look like this, at least several hours.
That was one wash in like 2 seconds.
Come on, really?
Done.
To finish the thing. And then you do a little detail.
With the technique, well, then you base paint everything else and highlight some details, and it's done. This mini probably took me 20 minutes.
Wow, okay. So yeah, we'll be getting into that.
But it's not high detailed. It's a game.
But
It's a game piece.
But it's a high-end game piece. It's not like my game piece that I magic markered the first time. Again, this looks great, especially for 20 minutes, which is insane. All right, now I wanted to jump to this guy just because it's totally cool.
That's what I do. My favorite thing is constructing as well. I love hacking, slashing, adding. My bits bin is enormous. So this guy's bike, this is my war boss. This is Grimgore riding the Grim Ripper.
The Grim Ripper. Nice.
So you gotta be orky, right? It says it on the side there, the Grim Ripper. So, I mean, I took orc chain choppers, put them on the front so he runs into you and chops you up. That's the Grim Ripper part.
It really does.
Every single one of these little pieces on the Bad Moon teeth there is a chunk of plastic I cut out and shaved with an X-Acto knife.
Wow.
Every single, bit.
That did not take 20 minutes.
No. But building something this from almost scratch. My favorite piece is right here. That's the back engine of a Star Wars X-Wing.
Let me see, wait, flip it
pulled
over.
Pulled out of my bits bin.
Look at that.
So whenever I look at my orcs and I see like that was from my brother's X-Wing he made in high school that I pulled out of my bits bin. Finding the right piece to give the right look to add on orcs is the thing that makes me smile.
Incredibly cool thing. All right, that's amazing. But now this is one I really wanted to talk about because this one kind of has a lot to do with today.
This is an example of my speed painting. How
you won an award for this one.
I've 3 years running at our local convention.
Okay.
Undefeated.
Undefeated,
I'm not trying to
brag.
I'm not trying to brag because there's so many better painters than me, but this is my thing.
This is why you're here. How long did this one take?
That was 45 minutes.
So 45 minutes to do this from now.
45 minutes of pain.
Now, when they give you the mini to start, what? Okay, you sit down at the table. What do they give you to do?
A primed white mini.
Okay.
A set of maybe 30 paints and colors, and like a third grader's plastic flip top that's like that big.
Right.
A single brush, a cup of water, a paper plate, and 1 square of paper towel. Well, you get plenty, and as paper towels as you want, but you only need like 1 square.
But that's it, and then
So
click, go.
it's crazy because I'm slinging paints, I'm breaking all the rules, I'm watering down, I'm washing this spot while I'm letting it dry, while I'm planting this spot.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Anybody who watches this show knows it's all about waiting to dry. You've got to sit. Are you allowed a hair dryer?
Oh, it's killer. No.
No. So okay.
I have to use this, unwatered paints as I can, and blow and paint at the same time. It's
absolutely crazy.
It's madness.
45 minutes. So we're gonna try to get some semblance of this, not this, but of speed painting done. These are absolutely incredible. Are you ready to teach me?
I'm super excited to.
All right, let's go smock up. So I want to talk really fast for this episode, like the guy from the Micro Machines commercial in the 80s. Are we gonna be able to do that? Great. So, what are we doing? How do we start?
All right, well, the first thing is we got our Zenithal Prime done, and we just did that with our black spray paint and our white spray paint. They're so cool. I love these minis.
Thank you.
I think the technique will look really interesting on the armor, and we're going to try to do the one-step wash on as many parts of the model as we can.
Okay.
Just kind of show off some of the breadth of the application.
Okay, that sounds cool.
What I love about the one-step wash is I didn't discover it until I started Zenithal priming. That's kind of like a fine figure painting thing.
Okay.
And the idea there is you do that because you're layering and layering and layering, and you want that shading from that black to white to shine through. And when I started doing that, I started playing around with the washes, and I was like getting into board games. And I had all of these awesome board games with tons of minis. I'm like, how am I gonna get all this stuff done?
Yeah.
I needed to come up with pull something out of the bag and figure this out.
Speed painting is born.
Oh no, I was a speed painter before that.
Oh, you're a speed painter, so you went even faster then with the one-step wash.
Got to push the limits.
Speed painting wasn't fast enough for you. Crazy.
So the cool thing is this is done with a custom wash.
Okay.
So, and it's actually made with paints and my special magic ingredient. But the principle is that we're going to create a super thick wash.
Okay.
A wash is designed to flow into the recesses and only shade the recesses.
Okay, right.
But we don't want that, because if that happens, we see all this white on the high spots. So the one-step wash is a super thick wash that will coat everything and perform more of a shading on the entire surface.
Okay.
So instead of seeing white, we're going to see different shades of our color.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
That's the basis of the technique, and my best way of learning something is doing it.
Let's do it.
Luckily, we get to do it right now.
Well, the first thing we like to do on this show every time is name our mini. I've decided this is Richard Atwater. He is from a small town.
I was thinking all orky, and then you
No.
threw
Richard
curveball at
Atwater,
me.
no, absolutely not. Richard Atwater is a minor league baseball coach from Joliet. Don't call him Dick. He doesn't like it. So, what's our first step?
All right. Well, we've already selected our colors. I've chosen for you. Sorry.
No, you can choose.
You get blue armor.
I get the blue. We're once again, of course, going with the Privateer Press, and this is the Signar blue base.
One of my techniques with speed painting is be as messy as possible. Use as big a brush and be as sloppy as you can get away with.
This is the lesson we've been waiting for, kids. This is the one we wanted.
If I painted, your arm, and then I go to paint your shirt,
we are in a strange
club. That order of operations is, weird. So
yeah. Okay. I love that.
If we can do his armor first, and I can paint him like this.
Just that big with a big, huge brush and
that's
messy?
what we're going to do.
So I've been a speed painter this whole time and didn't even know it. I love that.
And then we're going to pay attention and do...
Okay, that sounds great. Walk us through what you got.
Grab your blue. When you're selecting your color for your one-step wash, we're going on top of white. So the final effect is going to be brighter than whatever we start with. So this is the darkest we're going to have. Unless you come back in with another darker wash or shade after, which you can.
Okay, so wait, quick question then. If we're gonna be doing the one-step wash, you keep mentioning white. Do you always prime white if you're gonna do the one-step wash, or can you do this with the black prime?
You need this zenithal gradient. White to black, underneath he looks black. And when you put the color on, now you're gonna get bright blue to dark blue.
Gotcha, okay, cool.
So yeah, that's integral.
What's the plan?
So we need our palette.
Okay, got it.
Juicy over here. We need to select a brush to apply our one-step wash with and mix our paints with.
Are we going big again?
I'm going to select this guy here.
So should I then switch
I like
it up?
this one.
So I got this one here.
All right, so we're gonna just jump in here, grab a blob of paint,
Okay.
get that in our palette.
Can I palette it up this way? Mm-hmm. There we go. So what's the plan?
PVA glue.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
All right, good.
So here we go. This is the magic because
Okay.
the PVA glue is super thick. It'll dry opaque.
Okay.
Paint it's water, pigment, and a binder, glue.
Okay.
And so we're making our own wash with water,
And
pigment, our paint.
Okay.
But we need more glue. We need
Okay.
more binder. Because we want it to cover the surface. A normal wash, you get that like receding water action and that tide problem. The PVA fixes that.
Okay.
It makes it thick and it'll coat everything. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some water. Just get adventurous. Get some drops in here and put about as much water as there is glue, maybe a little more. And I wish I said I had a ratio for this. You kind of have to play with it because it's gonna depend on what color you're doing.
So
if
and
you're
then
doing
mix it?
Yeah, mix that up. Make a nice glue paste there. Take some paint, put your paint in your glue and water mixture,
Okay.
and mix that up. There you go.
Oh, it looks like coffee grounds. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully it won't. That'd be terrible.
Alrighty.
Okay, so once you have a sloppy mess.
I do.
Good, perfect. Inspection time. All right, what do you got going?
I got a sloppy mess.
You need more glue.
I need more glue. Okay.
Well, the cool thing is, and what I end up actually doing is, I got a sloppy mess here of paint, glue, and water. Kind of equal parts, I would say. So we're gonna throw it on here and see what happens.
So we got do I just paint everything?
We're doing the armor. So let me step over here and see how it looks when you apply it. Because you're looking pretty thick there. You probably need a little bit more water.
Little more
What
water.
I like to do is just touch your brush in there, just like that.
Like that. Okay.
It's looking great.
So just the top armor then. There we go.
That's not looking too bad.
I just don't know if I should it's because it's dripping out on the arm and everything.
Are you just dripping everywhere?
Not dripping everywhere, but like
sloppy
because it's so sloppy that it's coming.
What's great is that's okay because we're doing the sloppy part first, right?
Oh, okay, good.
Because sloppy,
So then we're okay to be sloppy.
that's why we're doing this first. Uh-oh, we're getting bubbles.
Yeah, I've seen
don't know what
bubbles.
that-
No,
I
I
don't know what
don't.
that
I'm sorry.
means.
No, it's just the mini.
We got some
So like
more.
that? Is this what we're?
Yeah, he's looking a little drippy.
Okay.
You need to
More glue?
Get some paint and glue.
Okay. Paint.
This is where we're just experimenting. And the challenge is here's the biggest problem: different paint companies and different colors will have very different water contents, and they'll
Different
feel
viscosity.
very different coming out of the pot.
Okay.
Especially the lighter colors, which is interesting here with me in the yellow. Typically lighter colors are harder to pigment, and you have to do more coats because they're light and there's not as much pigment in the paint.
Okay.
It's easy to cover with black, right?
So I can't. Here we go. Okay. So just the armor.
All right, I think I'm almost done.
Can I see what you did?
We
on
got a
your-
hidden one here. I did all the leg armor.
Oh, you did all the leg stuff.
And
You
then-
did the boots too. Did you?
He's got iron boots. I don't know if you got iron boots.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're.
I'm gonna do his chest plate, but we're gonna leave all of the spiky bits. We're gonna leave
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
we're
I
gonna do
see
those
those. I see those
Those are
too.
gonna be a separate color.
Okay.
One thing there is they call it a spot color. So in your mini, typically they suggest a fairly simple palette. Otherwise, it comes out looking like a circus clown. 10 different colors doesn't look good.
Right.
So pick your colors, keep everything consistent. My first set of orc boys, every single pair of pants was a different brown, and I drove myself crazy, and it took way too long.
Yeah, it seems
I'm
like- yeah.
Okay, and I was like, okay, here's how we're doing it. Every single one of my boys for the next 10 years, their boots are that color.
Okay, that makes sense.
That just keeps.
I did the
That just helps you
back of
keep your
his legs,
sanity.
too, just 'cause that-
well, it's okay because we're gonna be we're gonna base coat their pants and stuff. So we are done with our one-step wash when this dries.
Okay, well, this is a pretty good place to stop real quick and jump to a pro tip. So, Brian, take it away.
All right, Will, check this out. This time, we're going to be talking about speed scratches, making scratches without actually scratching your model. The key to this is just a dark line with a white line underneath. Simply draw a very, very thin black line. Put an even thinner line of white right below that black. The thinner, the better. If you really want to blend it in, you'll take a wash, in this case I'm using Anthonian Camo Shade, to blend it in and wash over that scratch. Just like that, you've now created a scratch without harming your model. Now you try that, Will.
Thank you for that, Brian. As interesting as ever. All right, well, What do we got next?
We need to do their pants.
Did you do his
and
head too?
That
Like the
was
top of
just
his head?
that was just accident.
Ah, okay.
Accidents happen.
And what color
We're
should
gonna
I
go
be
fast.
using?
We are gonna go with this light jackbone. Jackbone, kind of, nice
Gotcha.
tan color.
And are you switching brushes?
And we're gonna do this on, went to, looks like a 2.
Oh, just do his pants.
The other thing you're gonna do is any straps. Get all the straps. He's got all these straps around his arm. I'm gonna get those. He's got all these bands on his axe. We're gonna get those. And here, watch this. I'm gonna be sloppy, right? I'm gonna paint that end of his axe metal later. So I'm just gonna paint like this, done. Boop. I'm not like meticulously trying to get the handle. It's like, just paint the darn handle brown.
Right, gotcha.
Move on, get it done. All right, I think he's done there. So I'm gonna go on and do some details here. So I'm gonna hit the skull, these horns, quick open strokes. Slop it on.
Okay.
Half the time with speed painting, the technique is you put way too much paint on your brush because you put it here and then you spread it everywhere, right? Just spread the butter.
Okay.
That helps you just get the paint down fast, right?
I need to do the belt and everything too?
Belt, straps. You can paint the belt. I was thinking we'd come in later with a detail color on the belt because we, with making stuff stand out.
Do you do the whole skull? There we go.
Mm-hmm. I'm done. So let's go with green. If we were taking our time and you wanted to one-step this entire model, we could even one-step wash the skin, right?
Right.
But if we're going fast and dirty, we're going to be spilling over, we're going to be making mistakes. So we'll just base paint his skin, because then I can show you my go-to for painting orc skin.
Okay. So we doing green now?
I'm going in and I'm basing all his skin green.
With the Josen green.
I got a different one.
Do you?
We can be
Doesn't matter.
different skin tones.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to go fast and sloppy.
And just do all the skin fast and sloppy.
You can do cheaty brush tricks like, shoving and splaying the bristles forward into the cracks, kind of like I'm doing here. Jab it in there like that, yeah. For me, the key is always like angles, right? I'm always moving this guy around like crazy to make sure the brush is in the right orientation.
Okay.
So that
and we're just slopping on skin paint.
Spread the butter. And when we're doing details and getting interesting, I mean, even if you make a mistake and, I catch a little green on a shoulder pad here, I can come in and mop that up with battle damage, right?
Okay, right.
Now that's going to turn into battle damage when we go to some scratches or battle damage.
So this is all still just base coating?
This is standard base coating.
But faster. Faster, sloppy, standard base coating.
And let's get his face, just And I'm going to have to make a bunch of mistakes to get my brush all in here and get all this green in here. Jab it in there. All right, let's go to, I missed his other hand.
You didn't do the next to the face yet, though, these?
No, those are going to be a different color. That's the spot color we're going to do.
Gotcha.
We'll probably do multiple shades of gray.
The belt and the
black and gray. You can hit the bag, but don't worry about the belt. You don't want the bag the same color as the belt, because then you don't see the difference between the bag and the belt.
Right, gotcha. All right, well, it's fast.
Okay, so I'm jumping to metal. And we've got my pig iron.
I didn't even have time to be funny. It's so
I
quick.
do like pig iron. I got you working.
Nuts. So we're going to what? Pig iron? Pig iron. All right.
All right, so let's see. I saw something up there. Your blue armor, it looks great down here.
Okay.
Right? We've got nice coverage. There's a little bit of pooling here in the very deep spots.
Right.
But that's fine, that's good, because we want a lot of pigment there because it's going to be very dark.
Okay.
But then I spied up here on his shoulder in some of these recesses, that was just, super thick, a bit too much paint. That
So you want to see the white through there.
Yeah, so down here on the boots, if you can see here, it's a much more consistent and even coat. We just had a bunch of pooling going on up here. Yeah, just coming back in there and cleaning it up with the brush hopefully will be enough. Again, example here, you can actually see the tiding happening. So, it's light here and then super dark here where this giant blob of paint is. But that's just an oops, and especially when you're, trying to figure it out. So you can just come in here and clean it up like that.
Okay.
That'll keep them from drying as well if,
There you go. We can
got too much paint on in there.
do that.
All right, I am painting metal.
All right, go into the metal.
And you can do metal a couple ways. It really depends on if you want it to look bright and shiny, if you want it to look rusty. The easy, super quick rusty is you grab literally like a rusty brown color, paint the whole thing that, And then I like to come in with like a sponge or just even using my brush and just blop on some silver, give it a quick little overbrush
Gotcha.
to make it look like, you know, it's been hit there and scratched off the rust and now it looks shiny. So this is my typical metal go-to. I go with kind of a medium silver, not a bright.
Okay.
And then I like to do a heavy black wash, like really heavy.
On anything metal.
And then a very bright highlight. And you'll see that on a lot of my pieces.
Are these metal next to his head too?
They're gonna be a darker metal color. All right, what was I doing? Down in here. Quick little swipes of yellow. I had missed those spots.
I'm sure I missed a bunch.
I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna paint this spike metal and this spike metal. That way they're gonna jump out. I'm gonna, you know, maybe I'm gonna paint his toe here metal. All right, Will, how are we doing on the rest of our base painting here?
I think okay-ish.
Looking pretty good. There's still some spots I'm seeing missed. I mean, get
Get
those
those with the
straps with.
blue.
Uh-oh, got water in there. Get the brown in there on
That's
those
the
straps.
brown. Oh, so
Get
those are
your
straps,
edges
okay.
on the metal there.
Let me do the metal since I'm
Yeah,
here
and
with the
then
metal.
grab your blue, and we're gonna come back in and slop some blue on there.
On the armor underneath?
On the armor underneath.
Okay, gotcha.
Then he's looking pretty good.
Alrighty.
And I got one more to go, and I'm base painted over here.
Oops.
We're gonna go with Grave Digger Denim. I wanted like a little bit of a blue. So I got this blue gray here, and I'm gonna base here. I got a little too much water going on in my brush, so I'm gonna get it out.
So wait, I had to get
Great,
in there.
great. So how's it going over there?
It's going.
Does he look like an orc yet?
Well, he looked like an orc before, just now he looks like a badly painted orc. There we go. Yeah, see. So if I screw up like this, because I'm doing it fast,
Yes.
do I keep that as battle damage eventually, or do I cover that with the blue?
Your call.
I think I'll cover it with the blue.
You might just want to go in with the paint now. You don't really have to do the wash, especially if you're
gotcha.
doing covering, right?
Gotcha.
I would just go straight to the blue paint.
straight to
Yep.
blue.
Any
Copy that.
correction work, you know, that your wash is dried, or
So go
almost fully dried by now. So just go
Gotcha.
straight to you know, the full color for any touch-up work.
You got it. Oh, I gotta get the back of the handle
All right, and
there.
all these little orc spikes, you got to make sure you get, you know, all these edges. I love all the detail on these guys.
Yeah, they're crazy.
cool kit.
Yeah, it's a very cool kit.
I love this kind of pounded metal effect they do on the armor.
Yeah, it's really
Looks
cool.
really neat. So I am 100% base coated.
I am too. I think I just in here is that should that be blue or is this gonna match whatever
That's
these
all
are?
blue armor, yeah.
It is. Okay, I didn't know
And
if we
then
were gonna
we'll just
match.
do these a different color. And let me pick out a different color for you. I did kind of blue-gray spikes, and if we do blue-gray spikes on your blue armor, you're not gonna see anything.
Gotcha. Did you paint inside of your helmet?
As much as I could. I took my green, do you have your green?
Yeah.
You got most of it. The only thing I can see is down in here.
Yeah,
It looks
that's
like
what
a
I was wondering.
missed spot.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
A trick I like to do here is water down your green and just
kind of
just flood
it in
flood
there?
it. Yeah, just let it
I
flow
see
in
what
there,
you're saying.
and it'll cover all those hard to reach spots. If it's too wet, it's gonna run down your mini and ruin them. But
But that's to be expected by me anyway. That's how I paint, is lower my expectations.
that's the key to speed painting.
Okay, good. That's good to know. That's an important tip. Lowered expectations is the key to speed painting. All right, so we are, I think, to the stopping point for this episode of speed painting. We're getting there. It is something I am just not accustomed to. We are slopping paint on. He's doing it better than I am, but we are then going to come in and I think clean up next episode. So we're here with Jordan, which is great. Please join us next week when we will continue with our speed painting orc mini. We're getting there slowly but slowly. So just join us next week. And remember, every great masterpiece started with a single brushstroke. Thanks.